We are live. Those of you watching us in the replay, good afternoon,
Or good
or
evening.
good evening, or good morning, wherever you are. Oh my gosh, I didn't charge my stuff up today, so things might die. I don't think we'll do a super long live, as Bill and I have taken ill from our trip. Could have been the airport. There were 5 million people on the plane, so those things were packed.
Yeah, that's very possible.
So yeah, we got a little bit sick, and it's got to be the friggin'. I think it's the airport or a combination of that and the plane, because yeah, there were some people coughing, and
Oh, God, I
it
hate
was
it.
just nuts. It was nuts. So we
You
are
need a
going
private
to.
jet.
We just got back from seeing each other
I
and
know.
visiting, and now we're like, boy, you don't have anybody coming now, do you?
No, I'm all alone. I told the boys no company for a while.
Oh no. Now what? What the
Yeah, they
heck?
just stuck with me.
Oh, those sweet kitty cats. Hey Jeanette. Hey Chris. Hey Eva. Hey
Hey,
Lori.
hey,
Hey
folks,
Dottie. Hey
Kaylee,
Craig. Oh my
Angela,
God.
Eva.
Wow, people want to know what went down in New York. The
I
biggest
know.
question that I've gotten is, why didn't you meet up with Meredith? Isn't that what everybody wants to know? And to be quite honest with you, we wanted to, and she wanted to, and I'm still in their thread from where they were all coordinating their events. We just never could coordinate our timeline and our events to meet up and coincide with theirs. And so
And just to
sad.
throw it out there too, Winnie stayed with me in Philly. We weren't in New
Yeah.
York for the weekend. We were only there for a day.
Yeah. And I think to do it over again, maybe I might book a weekend over there in New York, because I didn't really realize how busy and crazy it was. I mean, I'd seen it on TV, but I'd never witnessed it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, hindsight 2020, I did reach out to Meredith and tell her how sorry it was we didn't get to hook up, and she was sad and I was sad and it was sad and we were like, "Damn it."
But we had a great time.
Yeah, we did have a good time, and we met tons of people in the city. We got to meet Lula West Love to Lula West. Oh, I would call her Questlove.
Saya,
And we met, yeah, Saya. We met Kenesha,
Maria,
Maria, and her husband. Lovely, lovely people.
yes,
We got to meet April, April's
April.
Houseware. If you follow her on Instagram, she has the best hats, but she was kind of out of commission because she just had surgery. So she was kind of like, and Megan, the train girl, and I really didn't even get to speak to her because I was on a mission to find Mew Mew and they didn't have any.
I know. I didn't
And
talk to
so,
her for too long either because I spent some time in Chanel
yeah,
and she was just kind of breezing through.
yeah. And I really wish I had taken more time, but we just didn't have it. We walked and walked and walked. I'm missing somebody. So Ed was with us.
Who we forgetting?
Who are we?
Lisa?
Lisa, my friend, our friend Lisa, who doesn't have a channel, but you see her in the comments and on Insta. Um, I think Lisa, are you in the chat? Yeah, Lisa, take it or leave it. Yeah, we met her. Fabulous, fabulous people.
Awesome. Gwenny. How could we forget Gwenny?
Gwynny, we got to meet just for a minute in Saks, and that was lovely. Gwynny and Mark, and they are such incredibly nice people. I just love, love, love Gwenny.
Me too.
So yeah, yeah, James and her son Turner.
James. Yes.
Uh-huh. Who for some reason I called what did I call him? Tyler? What? No. Tanner. Where the hell did I get
Tanner.
that? I
Tanner.
was I was very discombobulated by the whole thing because it was hot. The massive amount of people in New York alone is crazy. I was
And
caught
we
up in the
actually had a decent day. It wasn't that hot. But when
no,
you're walking like that and when you're in a hurry and doing
yeah,
things, you're hot no matter what.
yeah, yeah. It was crazy, and we walked over 10 miles that day.
Yeah.
We did take a couple of taxis, which was nuts. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that was effing crazy. Like, I have never seen people weave in and out of I was scared for a while, but I asked Lisa at one point, I was like, "Do they ever wreck?" And she's like, "No, not really." I'm like,
No,
"Okay,
no.
they know what they're doing." But, it's just like you getting over and that they're like, "We're getting over and you're gonna stop. If you don't, I will hit you."
Oh, they will.
And they got this close to each other's doors, and I was like, "Oh my."
Uh-huh. And you had a more
So
wild driver than we did, so
yeah. We got to see Madison Square Garden, which was nice.
uh-huh. What else?
Um, we got to see Little Italy.
Do I do the best tours? Did you see every site there is to see in Manhattan in like
In
40
Manhattan, I
minutes?
did. Yeah, we did.
Yep. Yep.
Canal Street, which was nuts.
Yep. Times Square,
Yeah, it was
Rockefeller
wild seeing the
Center.
reaction. Yeah, the reaction was like stunned, like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I was telling my daughter in the car today because I had to run to the post office. Don't worry, I wore a mask. But I had to tell her, like, because she was like, I said, I've never seen 2 million people jammed into one block like that. And she said,
I
well,
know.
it's a small place. And I said, oh, no, it's not. It's
It,
actually not.
it's small considering how many people are there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's part of it. And then the city itself is huge because Manhattan's only one borough.
Yeah.
So
Because I was like, where's Brooklyn? Where's this? Where's
yeah.
that? And Lisa was like, oh, you're not seeing any of that today. I was
Oh
like, wait,
no.
what? But
No.
we could see way off. So I told my daughter, I said, imagine we're looking at what we call like Buffalo Mountain, which is
Uh-huh.
kind of close, but it's, in the distance. We can see it because it's huge, but it's
Right.
nowhere near us. I said, that's how seeing the Empire State Building was. I could
Right.
see it was way the frick down there, but
It
like
wasn't
it
really
was
that far. You were pretty close to it, but
far.
not as close as what you think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then what we wanted to see was it's just not enough hours in the day, but we wanted to see the Central Park and we just missed it by about a block.
We did. We did. Craig was just asking, did I take them down to the Freedom Tower? No, Craig, I did not. I have never been down to Ground Zero ever. I was in Manhattan the day before it all went down, and I know too many people who were caught up in that, and it's really just too emotional for me, and I have absolutely no desire to go down there.
Yeah. Yeah. So and taxiing around wasn't bad because like I looked at my card statement, it was like $15 from that one first one we took, and then the next one
Right.
was like $20 back to Penn Station. Bill and I thought it would be $50 because when you take a taxi in Vegas, man,
Oh, yeah, they're
that thing
expensive.
they tick and tick and tick. You can see it, and you're like, God, I'm only going 4 miles. But you got to sit in traffic so long. And they don't do that in New York. They get the hell going down the street, or
Oh,
somebody's
they
going to
do.
tell you.
And they
So,
knew that they were with people who knew where they were going. Because remember, I
yeah,
told you, don't say anything
no.
like you don't know where you're at. Because if they think you don't know where you're at, sometimes those drivers will check you and they will
So,
take
yeah,
you on a ride.
when we came back to Penn Station from Canal, or we were downtown somewhere, anyway, when we came back, I sort of talk like this because I didn't want them to cue in that I was in fact from the South, and we talk like this
Yes.
because Ed and Bill, Ed picks up my lingo, I pick up his, and so Ed was like, "Oh God," and Bill was like, "Wow, it's crazy," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, thank God you're with me because I know where I'm going," and I had no clue,
So you
but
did it good.
the guy didn't take us anywhere. I mean, take us. Actually, we got there before you, and you left before us.
I
So
know.
So that was kind of good, and I was really glad of that. But yeah, Little Italy was something to see. It got a little rainy in the restaurant, but thankfully it was while we were eating. We had a really good meal at Danico's.
It
We
was
had a good.
before we started to eat, thankfully, because they brought us inside. Me and Lisa were having none of that. We were
Oh
not going to sit
no,
out there.
you're not, and they were fine. You guys were like, "Why are we even out here?
That's what I said. I said
I
I
didn't
had
request it."
specifically asked to go inside.
Yeah, I don't know why we are put out here in the first place. And they were like, "No, ma'am, we got you."
Uh huh. Oh, I'm still here.
So anyway, yeah, it was just a crazy, crazy. So when we first got there, Morella, thanks. When we first got there, Dawn picked us up and then took us to Tony Luke's. But I will tell you, Tony Luke's is in the Philadelphia airport. They haven't taken down the Tony Luke's sign.
You really? You're
Yeah.
kidding?
It says eat authentic cheesesteak, and it had a whole bunch of different ones. And Tony
Wow,
Luke's was the biggest one. So apparently it's still in the airport. Like, have it brought to your gate. Just call ahead. Like, they'll evidently run it down
that's
to you.
crazy.
So yeah, we went to Tony Luke's and we did have the whiz on our cheesesteak, and they were
Damn right.
very good. We were starving by the time we got there because we hadn't eaten all day on the plane and stuff. So we were kind of like, yeah, we could go for some cheesesteak. And then, so then we kind of went back to Dawn's. We were beat. So we went to bed and got up and got ready for Ed to arrive. And Ed came, and we went to the best restaurant in, where was it? Haddington? No,
No, it was in Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill, New Jersey, right?
Yes,
Yeah. And so we went to New Jersey on Thursday, and we had a really good meal at an Asian restaurant, and God, it was so good.
it was. Yeah,
I will
that's one of my
never get to.
favorites.
I'm afraid I'll never get to eat that again, and I loved it.
Winnie, like you're not going to come back for real?
I don't know, man. I do not know.
Oh,
We will probably, yeah. We'll definitely come back, but I don't know when it'll be because Bill's like, now we got to focus on going to see our daughter. I was like,
you
I don't know.
do. You do, definitely. But I'm sure that this place will still be around.
Yeah. So it was really good, and here's a fun fact about me. I've never been able to master chopsticks in my whole life. And I
Yeah.
have eaten with I've tried to eat with chopstick. Look at me. I've never missed an Asian meal, guys. Sushi, anything. I
Yes.
have never, and my whole family can. Not me. Not me.
That's something.
I don't
But
have the I don't know. I just don't have it. I can't do
but
it.
excuse me, somebody's at my door.
Oh, snap. Is it somebody for delivery?
I don't know.
Okay, so anyway, happy birthday to Dawn. Yes, we celebrated her birthday on Sunday was her birthday, so that was fun.
Times? Okay.
Let's see here.
Back to you.
Hello to everybody. So yeah, so we got to meet Gwenny and Maria. So Gwenny and Mark and Maria and Phil, who are the most lovely people. And Maria had bought a bag of mine because I bought and had planned to buy the Damier Pop, the little 18 in the blue. And so when I bought that, Maria, I was already thinking about buying that. I probably already had it on. And Maria was like, "Are you ever going to sell your Damier a bean 20?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why? I don't need both." So I sold my 20 to her. And since she lives in Canada, I sent that up to Dawn's. And then we took it on the train, which was an experience. We took it on the train at Penn Station all the way into New York. And when we met her, I gave it to her. She had gotten me a gift, and it had the cutest little things down in there. I need to go get it, but a little like Evelyn mini thing. Y'all know I love that. And inside it had little Hermes samples lip. And she got me an Hermes perfume. And then whoa, hey, there's Dawn stealing. And then we got, let's see, she gave me like authentic, like little candies from Canada and like a coffee crisp bar, which was so good. And then a couple of different kinds of chips, and yeah, and a beautiful little handwritten. She got me a funny card and then handwritten a little note in there. And just Maria's a class act. She's just good people. She's actually really tall, like everybody, like Lula, West, very tall. Kenesha, tall. um,
On that.
Also, yeah, Maria, tall. Everybody, like a lot of the gals were tall, and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, look
We're
at you.
teeny next to them, for real.
Yeah, yeah. I For real. But then, Lula made me feel good. She goes, "Well, you're 5'5". I feel like we're almost." I'm like, "Girl, you're 5'8". What are you talking about? Which I
She
am
is
five
so
five,
sweet.
but yeah,
Lula is so sweet. She's so much fun.
yeah.
She's just a really, really cool chick. Totally.
Lisa says, "Me short, but still, you pack a punch, girl." Yeah,
Yes, Lisa.
Lisa
You're
had
not
the
short on
best story.
personality.
Oh my god, I loved her stories. Yes. We're definitely going to spend some time with Lisa when we come back um on our next trip, so that will be fun. Yeah, that was the sweetest thing. Maria was she's just a class act. Like, who buys
She's a
somebody
doll.
gifts when you know what I mean? You're
Yes.
selling them a bag, like, hello. But I thought she was great. Um I thought Gwenny was great.
Yep.
Train girl Megan, great. April,
Yeah.
I mean, just everybody was super. Saya is like one of my favorite people. His friend, and I can't remember her name. Saya, drop it down in.
MJ?
What is it, MJ?
MJ, I think it was. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. She was very sweet too. We sat and talked for a second, and
Yeah.
she loves handbags like us. So yeah,
She does. She does.
yeah.
Thank you, folks, for the birthday wishes. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, Laurie, Gwenny, exactly how you would think. And
Yep.
you can't really tell, but I said, "You're a tiny little thing." She really is.
She
You know
is.
what I mean? She's smaller than me. Like, she was talking about how they didn't make ready to wear in her size, and I was like, I think they probably do, because you
They
ain't that
do.
big, girl.
They do. She's
Yeah.
not.
No, she's not at all. She had a gorgeous outfit, and I'm in the chat with all of the New York gals, Meredith's group, and they've posted tons of pictures, and she just has the best. Like, she has really nice outfits. Like, she's dressed up so cute. All of them looked amazing. But
Gwenny is very stylish, and she's got this flair for doing like this really casual chic
yeah, she
where
does. She looked
she's,
amazing. She was adorable.
yeah,
Adorable.
definitely.
Adorable. And Ed, of course,
Oh, Ed is so
I
much fun.
mean, he is hilarious. He will do and say just anything, which I love.
Anything, anything. Oh my
Yeah.
God, these guys were cutting it up so much in Haddonfield with these little statues that they have on the streets. Oh, we have some cool pictures, let me tell you. I love that about Ed. He just has such a good time. He was pole dancing at the Wawa, okay, in front of the Wawa. So that should tell you Ed is down
Yeah.
for a good time. He
He
is
look
just
at
awesome.
Autumn Beckman in the chat. Look at Autumn Beckman.
Autumn, whoa.
I've arrived. Autumn's made it to our live. Oh, that
You really
rhymes.
have. You have. What else did we do that was a lot of fun? So yeah, Ed's pole dancing was definitely a highlight.
Ed was a highlight of. We did make it to Hermes, and we met
Yes.
your SA, who was lovely.
Yes.
I
She's
thought
awesome.
she was a very sweet lady, and she was down to earth, not snotty.
Not at all.
Even though in the store, I feel like there were a couple of essays in there that were kind of hoity-toity, she was not at all.
No, she's not. And
Not
she's
at all.
really, she will give you whatever you want. She'll pull out, I mean, she pulled out drawers of stuff for us to look at.
Yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, if it's there and you want it, she's gonna
yeah,
make sure that you get it. So I gotta remember to message her because she knows that I wanted that enamel ring, which they don't have in
yeah,
their store yet. So I
yeah.
just want to let her know when they get it to let me know because she said that I'm
Mhm.
at least a monthly customer, so
Yeah.
she
And
knows I'll
I
come
know
back.
that she would have offered us bags. Like, I was saying, like, I'm salty she didn't give us a bag, but she didn't have any. She
No.
didn't, because when you and Eva showed up, you guys asked about it, and she asked you, "Do you guys want to see whatever?" And so I know she
She
would have offered us not a quota bag, but like just a like a regular.
she said that they had garden parties last week
Yeah,
before we came, that they had a couple of the canvas and leather, and they had a couple of leather bags,
yeah,
but they were gone. And she said that they didn't have very many of those in, and there was something else that she said that they didn't have in right now that they had a bunch of, and I can't remember what it was,
yeah,
but it was something that we were looking for. And she said, no, she said, those, like, as soon as we get it, it goes out. Oh, she said, the mini Evelyns, she said, they're hard to come by.
yeah. I
And
wanted one.
she said she's never laid eyes on that TTPM.
She didn't even know what it stood for, and then she was
No.
like, "I didn't know what that was. Probably an Asia release." And somebody else
Yes.
told me that too. I think Beauty Lux Lover.
Yes.
Remember?
Beauty Lux Lover.
Yeah, she said that too. She was like, "Yeah, this was when I was in Europe, so it's probably a Europe and Asian release. Not really gonna get it here in the States." So I was like, "Oh
We
man."
might, but we might
Yeah.
eventually, for sure.
There were actually so many people like Apple Blonde that I wanted to meet up with that we couldn't make it
Yeah.
work out. Beauty Lux Lover, she was going to be there, but she was going in like yesterday or today, which we were only there the one day. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just man. Oh, Monarch said I waited a year for my Hermes. There you go, guys.
TPM.
TPM in the
Wow.
States. So yeah, it takes a minute, but I will say this. I know you spent money at Chanel.
Right. I
I
did.
spent money at Hermes. Hermes.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
You spent a good. You dropped a good coin in her
Yeah, I
mess.
dropped coin in there, and it wasn't even a bag. So that'll be exciting to see. We'll do a video on Saturday showing all three what we got. Winnie,
What
when
we
do we
got?
get to see your yeah, Saturday. So we're gonna definitely, it's not really a haul, but I did enjoy. I tried on a few things and looked at some. I thought about getting another Twilly, and then I was like, no, I have two Twillies. Like I have the one that Yota and Autumn bought for me in
Yep.
Houston, and then I have the one that Jane gifted me for Christmas. So I was kind of like, not gonna do that, but
Yes.
yeah. But Saya said I could walk 6 more miles. He was like, I had 6 more miles in me.
So I was done. I really was like grin and bearing it after we left the restaurant, because at that point I really don't know how I was still walking. I really don't. And the next day, Winnie, Ed, and Bill got up and drove to King of Prussia Mall, which is an
Yeah, we
hour
did.
from me. I
Yeah.
couldn't make it. I mean, there was just no way. I was
Yeah.
just not moving, and I mean, I was just like totally zombified.
Yeah, you had to rest a little while, and then we came back and got you, and you drove us to
Haddonfield.
Haddonfield, yeah,
Yes.
which had the nicest restaurant in there. It was very shishi frou frou.
Was so good. Oh
It
my
was good too.
god.
Yeah, it was delish. So we had a few really good meals. That breakfast we had Friday was so good.
Yeah, PJ's
Yeah.
Pancake House. Oh my god. I
Yeah.
told you they got the best
Yeah.
pancakes.
I feel like I didn't overeat a lot. I was really scared that on my Ozempic that I would eat a lot and then I would get sick. So I was very careful not to.
No, you were really good, Winnie. I was really I think that you did just the right bit.
Yeah.
And neither one of us really had anything that was god awful,
No.
because you figure sometimes you're on vacation, you're going to overdo it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But we didn't. And
Which
whatever we walked
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
on Saturday, like whatever we walked, we walked all that off,
We
whatever we
walked it
ate. So,
all off. Well, Ed and Bill decided they were going to have Cold Stone Creamery at so King of
yeah,
Prussia. We went into Golden Goose, and like I wanted to buy a pair of Golden Goose, but Bill, there's no way in hell I'm gonna buy a $700 pair of sneakers. Although I have 4 pairs, he didn't.
but not
He,
in front of him. Yeah,
but I didn't even try anything on because I knew. And we went into both Louis Vuittons. So I noticed that the women's Louis Vuitton and King of Prussia, they didn't. No one ever asked if we wanted shit.
yeah,
And I already had bought something from Louis Vuitton on the men's side and was carrying my bag. So I was
right.
like, well, y'all know I'm already dropping coin, but
How
I
many
wasn't gonna
times
buy
have I
anything.
told you this? How many times have I told you that
Yeah.
I've gone in Louis Vuitton and you
Yeah.
see my woman at Hermes, how nice she is, and my woman
Yeah.
at Chanel, but
Yeah.
yet I go into Louis Vuitton, they could care less.
Yeah, they don't care because that stuff sells itself. I mean, there were a million
It
people
does.
in women's, but
Yeah.
we got the nicest SA, both at Saks where I bought something in there at the
Uh-huh.
Saks LV there, and then I tried on that Nano Diane,
Right.
and then she brought out the Pico side trunk that's like this
Oh,
big,
she did. Oh.
$3,400.
Kiss my, you know what? For that price, oh
I
no.
was
Oh no, no,
like,
no.
"Oh shit, I need
No.
it." And Bill's like, "Not for that." That it's basically a bag charm of it. Like
Yes.
you could get, I think you guys think I'm crazy anyway. Y'all know it. But
Yeah,
if
you
I
look
had bought
crazy, Winnie.
that, I mean, people would just think like she's gone off the deep end now. Like she has more money than sense, which I've always sort of suffered from that. But
Guilty as charged.
I actually brought money home and I did not get, so all of the stores that we went to, even in King of Prussia, I asked, like, is there a Mew Mew? No, that they don't have Prada or Mew
Yes.
Mew. And then I went into the big box stores too, and they all said, no, we did, but we don't now. So there's some kind of deal going on with Prada and Mew Mew where they don't carry them.
It's
Prada,
weird.
yes, you can find Prada, but we could not locate any Mew Mew. And I think on Fifth Avenue or somewhere, some other SA said, "Oh, there's a Mew Mew on Fifth or whatever." And I don't know the
We
streets,
never
but
found it. Yeah, we
we
never
never
found it.
found it. And then we tried to go in Prada because we thought, "Oh my God, we can go in there and get, find Mew Mew," which probably could because it was a huge store, but they were closed at like 6.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
think
who
they
the hell
closed right before we
closes?
got there.
So yeah.
Yes. And that's a
But
gorgeous
it
one.
was a good thing because we would have missed the train. And the train is nucking fucking nuts, nucking futs.
I see
It just
Ed.
did.
Ed.
Ed, oh my God. Ed, right?
Yeah. How
I
about when
love
they
you,
pull that
Ed.
track?
Saya,
Love you,
Ed.
Ed.
Jackie, hey babes.
Hey,
Hey Dana,
Jackie.
hey Laurie, hey Kentucky Camellia. We're gonna unbox on I got two things. I will say one is SLG-ish and the other is jewelry. So I got two things at Hermes and that will come up on Saturday. Dawn got something, Ed got something, so
Yes.
we'll show you what we got. And then, I did buy one bag, but it was not a terribly expensive bag.
But
So
it's
yeah,
nice.
I think I did pretty good. I wasn't real. I was like, I really wanted the Mew Mew. And when I didn't get to see it in person, I was kind of like, I don't know,
Yeah.
because I know I'll be buying a bag from Becca, a pre-order bag coming up, and I do have a pre-order bag coming up to pay for both from Coach and Louis Vuitton. So I knew like I got to save some money back for that. But I really wanted that Nano Diane, and then I don't know. I just kind of snapped out of it and said, if I buy it,
Yeah.
I'll buy it from Becca. You know.
I think that was a smart thing. And can I tell
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah.
Bill is a shopper.
He is a
Bill
shopper.
Bill is a shopper. We left Nordstrom Rack. He was still behind. He was checking
He was like,
everything out.
I'm looking here. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he enjoys himself. He was looking
Hmm.
around in Saks. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really great for Winnie, to be able to have her husband go shopping with her and not
Yeah.
be aggravated and rush her. So
Oh,
that's
he's not at
awesome.
all. I'm usually like, let's go. And he's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. But yeah, he'll basically. I got a little snippy with him for one night, but I think that was the night or the day that we rode to the train station, and you took your car and I took mine, and
Yes.
I just basically told him to STFU, and Ed was kind of like, I just got aggravated with him. And then I feel bad because I have to tell you that kidney stone has not come out and has killed me all day long
Oh
today.
no,
I've been
no.
I've been trying to drink a lot
Oh,
of water, and I've been doing orange juice and teas to kind of knock this out. But
Oh
Oh
God.
my god. So Saturday night, we come back from New York. We are busted. We are beat. So I get on the train having to pee a little bit, but I have a kidney stone down to my, ready to come out from my bladder all the way out, right? And
Hmm.
those to me are so painful because it's like a spasm, right?
I don't know how you do it.
So I said to myself, "Well, I'll pee on the train because I didn't want to miss the train because that was a big deal. Like, oh, we don't want to miss the train because I really thought that Lula said, oh shit, if we miss this one, there's not another one. And I was like freaked out about that. I didn't think about they're all the time, right?
They are. They run really often. It's possible that that train was an express and it might have been the last express. Maybe that's what she was saying.
I think
But
so.
they run pretty late.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
would have gotten
So
back.
okay. Well, I was nervous because I don't know nothing. What do I know? I don't know nothing about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I didn't know my way around or nothing. So I was at the mercy of everybody. And I just didn't go because I thought like when we got there, it was crowded, but this was times 100.
Oh yes.
Everybody at once trying to get out of the city all at once. It was nutso, nutso. So people standing and just wall to wall, like we were hot, we were miserable. And
Yep.
so I was like, no, I'll pee because I know there's a lavatory on the train. I didn't know where to go to see it. And the guy came that got a ticket. I didn't think to ask him.
Yeah.
So then I thought to myself, no, 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 you're okay. Now I'm slowly starting to get increasing levels of pain, right? So I
Oh,
go, no big deal. I'll go at the station because I remember I went at the station this morning. We
right.
get to the station, it's locked. I'm
And
like, oh,
and meantime, we had to take two cars to go to the train. So
yeah,
I had given Ed my house key, figuring because I had Jane and her son in my car, and Kanisha had to get back home.
yeah,
So I'm thinking they're going to get there before me because I have to go a couple of blocks over. I mean, it was going to take me a couple of extra minutes, and I didn't want
yeah,
those guys hanging on my step with no way to get in. So I said to Ed, "Here's my house key. I have my car key. Let yourselves in. Do what you have to do, and I'll be
yeah.
there a couple of minutes later." And because of, go ahead, finish your story. So
So,
we were separated when we got back to the train station.
yeah, yeah. And then so we go about our way, and then um, there's a convenience mart on the way out, but we missed the turn.
Right.
So Ed said, he fully said, like, do you want me to back up and U-turn? And I'm thinking like Tennessee terms. Oh shit, there's a Wawa or Weigel's, what we call Weigel's, or a 7-Eleven or something at every exit here, and even like visitor centers and stuff. So I'm like, I know we'll catch the next exit. Like that's what I think in my head.
Yeah.
Girl, not in Philly. And Kanisha was so nice. She was like, girl, not here.
Yeah.
We close up, and most of the places don't want you to even be in there. And me and Bill, and then I got into such terrible like pressure pain. I was holding on to the oh shit bar and like
Oh God.
crying, like real tears. And I finally told Ed, I said, Ed, I am not gonna make it.
Oh my God.
I
Oh
felt like
God.
an idiot though. I felt like such a baby doing that. Like I wish I could take that back and just been quiet. I don't even know.
Yeah, but you
But
couldn't help it. I mean, really, you
we
couldn't help
get
it.
it was terrible, but I didn't want to be such a baby. I don't like being that way. But anyway, we get down, and Ed sees a 7-Eleven. So we see a 7-Eleven, right? You think 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I don't know any damn 7-Eleven or convenience market in the world where we live. Okay, not in the world, but in our parts that doesn't have a bathroom. That's like the sole purpose.
Right.
I get in there and it's playing this kind of like Middle Eastern music. It's really loud. Like you can't even hear yourself think. It's so loud. It's banging this music.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, so I go, like, I think Bill's going to buy a drink. So, most stores are like that. Like, you can't use our restroom unless you buy something. So I'm
Right.
always like, oh, he's with me. He's buying a drink. So I go back to the back on the right, and someone had put a sign over whatever the sign was. I assume it was restroom. Employees only, no admittance. I look to the left, employees only, no admittance. So I'm like, I go up to the
Ugh.
guy at the counter and I say, is the restroom outside? He's smiling. And I said, so what? You don't have one for
Oh
customers?
man.
No. He was just too fucking happy to tell me that. So
Knock that
I yell
smile
at
off.
Bill. I say, "Don't buy anything in here, babe. Let's go." So I think he's right behind me. No, he can hear over the music. So he's up at the counter thinking I'm
Oh
in the bathroom
God.
peeing. I'm not. I'm crying in the car. Like, let's go. So then Ed, thank you. Oh my God, Ed, we see a Target, some kind of Mexican restaurant with a bar, an Uno's Pizzeria, and he's like, "I'm
Yeah, you
going."
were down at Neshaminy.
Yeah, Neshaminy, that's it. And so we go into that restaurant, and Kenisha's like, "Girl, come with me. I'll take you to the bathroom." And she sure did. And I was so happy for her for doing that for me. Thank
Yeah, that
you
was
a
awesome.
million. That was sweet of her. Like, she didn't have to do that. But once I peed and then we got back to your house, I was fine.
Yeah,
But it was so horrific, like the pain and everything, because I walked all day. I was just like, I'm done. But yeah.
yeah. We were so
So
teed up when we got home, though. We were up talking until like 2 o'clock.
yeah, we watched was that the night we watched something? No, we just laughed.
No, no. I
No,
think
the
we had
night
YouTube
before.
on and we were just chatting. The night
Yeah.
before, we were watching Always Sunny.
It was so funny. We laughed our asses off. I laughed and cried
Yes,
so hard.
you can't
But
help
yeah.
it.
Let's see. How old does a Coach bag have to be in order to be vintage? I think for anything to be categorized vintage, it's 20 years or older. I mean, that's what I
Yes,
think, right?
yes,
Yeah. So that goes with bags, cars, whatever. Yeah.
yes.
Jewelry, anything. Now, antique, I believe, has to be like 50 to 75 years. It's
No,
a
I don't think
ways.
it's that long. I think it's maybe 30
30?
years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. But you don't really, I don't think I would call anything antique bag wise. It might scare people away. Here's an
yeah.
antique bag for you. People would be like, "Well, I ain't buying that." But trust, I bought some antique bags, girl. But
Me
yeah,
too.
also that just made a crap ton of bag of my bags, not vintage, Craig. But that's yeah, Craig's right. I think it is by definition. Yeah, Craig said it. Yeah, vintage is 20 years or older. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh. John, hi. You're beyond vintage just because you just had a birthday, babe. But John, I hope your ass comes back to work tomorrow. I need some help.
Oh,
I had to do real work by myself today. Nobody helped
oh
me.
hell.
I told my boss in a meeting, I was like, I'm so sick right
Oh,
now. But
oh
I did
man.
take a COVID test. I don't have COVID, but I have that thing coming up this weekend. So I really
Right.
need
You
to,
got to get better.
I can't be in there like, oh
No.
my God. I need to figure something out about that. But yeah. So anyway, that was New York and Philly for you. That's pretty much what happened the whole damn time.
Pretty much. I mean, we had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun, yeah.
We did a lot of stuff.
We did Jolly Hi. Hear that,
Hey,
kids? We are
Jolie.
all
We got around when he got to see a lot of sights. Bill saw a lot of sights. Ed,
yeah,
places
yeah.
they've never been to.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And yeah. So that was nice. And yeah. So there we go. We went to Princeton, New Jersey, where the actual college Princeton, the university Princeton is.
Yes.
That was kind of cool to see that the big gates of Princeton, and
And the
I mean that's
lion.
that's the closest, yeah, the lion, and that's the closest we'll ever come to anything like that, right?
Damn right.
That's my last hope. Yeah. Well,
I always wanted Princeton or Yale when I was growing up, and then I realized that I could only afford Temple. So,
but Temple's a nice university. You're
well,
crazy.
back in the day when I went, it was the cheapest school. So you went there because you couldn't really go anywhere else
Yeah, but
without.
Temple's kind of prestigious to say. Like I graduated from Temple.
It is. It has a very good reputation. That's true.
And
But
I guarantee if I told you where I went, you'd be like, huh? What? Never heard of that.
University of Tennessee.
And I wish. No, I did not. I went to
Oh.
East Tennessee State
Oh,
University.
I know that.
If you've seen any basketball, we usually do pretty good in basketball, and we get those like Cinderella stories, and we
Yep.
go pretty far and then get beat out. But that's
Yeah.
my alma mater. I'm not crazy about. My grandmother worked there for years, so it was just kind of a no brainer that I would go there, and it was cheap, for me because
Yeah.
she worked there, and so yeah, I got a little discount. But that's where I got mine.
Can't beat that.
That actually, there's a really good, so a lot of kids from all over come here for the Quillen Dishner School of Medicine. So there's a really
Oh,
good medical school here, yeah.
oh,
And
that's cool.
yeah, and there's a really good nursing school, I believe, in Knoxville. So this area does have some kind of, for doctors and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of doctor. You have to be. It's hard to get in. It's hard to get in here. So anyway, you just had to have a pulse when I was back going. Like you just had to say, "Yeah, here's a check. I'll go."
Yeah, basically same, but they were a
Yeah,
little bit more selective, I will say, because if you did get in with Temple, when I went at least, if you didn't pass their entrance test, they made people take remedial classes.
yeah, that was me
So,
too. Me
yeah.
too. Yeah, me too. And I made such a low score on my ACT. That's a whole other story. But I made such a low score that I had to take remedial courses. But when I got 5 remedial classes my first semester. As I went to the classes on Monday, Tuesday, by Monday, we took they would give you a pre-test. So
Uh-huh.
by Wednesday and Thursday, they had Winnie, blah, 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 da, 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 come out in the hall. So all 4 of the classes, except for math, because I sucked at math, I got taken out in the hall and said, you probably just don't test well, but your
Right.
pre-test shows you're not supposed to be in here. And I was like, oh. Okay. So I had to go change all my schedules to actual classes. So that was nice. I tested out of 4 of
That was
them.
great.
Yeah, because you got
Well,
to pay for them. They don't give you credit.
oh, I know. Well,
Yeah.
here's what happened to me. When I took my test, my SAT was something, I mean, it wasn't that high. It was like 1100, something like that. I only took it once. I knew it was good enough to get in, so I really didn't care. I was not going to waste the time and money to take it a second time. And my high school grades were fine, so it was like, well, whatever. I knew if I didn't get in Temple, I wasn't going anywhere else, so it was like a no-brainer. And I want to say it was like my second year or something like that. My student advisor said, "Well, when we looked at your entrance scores, you missed the math test by 1 point, and you
Oh,
should have taken Math 101." She
yeah.
said, "But at this stage of the game, it's not really going to do anything for you." She said, "So let's just forget about it." And nobody ever brought it up again.
Well, that was
So
nice.
I never had to take it.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I have nightmares that somebody calls me out on it and tells me that my degree isn't any good
Oh, that's
because
funny.
I didn't take the Math
Yeah.
101. But
Yeah.
yeah, I had
It,
one of the
yeah.
highest scores on the English section, and I missed the math by a point.
Oh,
Go
man.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And I was the high score for French the day that I took my
oh,
French
I
test.
can see that. Yeah, you do know French pretty well. Yeah, you're pretty good at that, pretty
Oui,
fluent.
oui.
But yeah, we bonjour, yes. But no, I decided the way that I am now is the way I've been since I could talk. Like I have always been this crazy, cut up, funny. You tell me not to do something, I'll do it just to make you laugh. And so my girlfriends and I went out. We all had the ACT the next. It was on Saturday at our high school.
Oh,
So me and a couple of my gal pals went out and we bought like a 12-pack of beer and we probably had 6 of them left, tall boys, right? So it was cold here. It was really cold. And it was in the wintertime. So I didn't want to take those in because I lived with my grandmother at that point. I was a
right.
senior, almost a senior, but I lived with my grandmother and I didn't want her to, I was a senior. I didn't want her to have to find beer because she would have killed me. So I put them outside in the bushes. And so when my gal pals picked me up the next morning to go, because they were going to pick me up and take me to the ACT, we were all taking it together.
Yeah.
I said, should we get those beers out? And my friend said, you
I
don't have a
know.
hair on your ass. I don't believe you'll do it. And I shot a couple beers, on the way to the freaking class.
Oh my
To
God.
the test. I literally did.
Oh
And it
my
wasn't that
God.
I was so drunk, it was that I had to, here we go again, I had to pee. And they would not let you pee. I had to pee several times. So every
You weren't allowed
safety,
to leave.
you were not allowed to leave until your test was done and your pencil was down. I begged them, please let me just, the bathrooms
Oh
were taken care of. Like,
no.
So I did the and I think I got
Mhm.
credit for signing my name. That was it.
Okay.
So I made
Yeah.
probably the lowest score that they give on. I literally did. And it
Wow.
was like the last test. I mean, there was probably a test in summer, but I was like, who gives a shit? I'm not taking that test again. I'll just take the remedial classes. And then I sort of what they call clept out of them, tested out.
Right,
So,
right.
but that was insane. To say my grandmother was pissed off about that, because here she is going to have to help me pay or find money to go an extra year of school
Yeah.
where I
Oh,
don't get credit.
oh
Yeah.
hell.
So that was a little nutty. Hey, it's 67 degrees. Yeah, it's kind of chilly down here, but it could be
It's
that me and
cool.
Bill are cold.
No, it's cool here too.
Yeah, it like cooled off. Like, where the hell were you over the weekend, guys? It was
I know, I know. Where were you Saturday when we were out? Where were you Friday when we were all sweating our asses off?
right.
It was hot in Princeton and we did some walking. I mean, it
Oh,
was
we went to
really,
Chinatown. That's right. Lisa said we did go to Chinatown.
we did, yes.
And that is so, Lisa, thank you. But yeah, that was something to see too, because you see it in movies,
Yep.
but you never really know what that is like until you go.
You saw the dragon. And wait, I got to tell my cool story when we were at
Okay.
Danico's.
Yeah.
So, this is the second time that I've been there in like the last month. Danico's is my favorite restaurant in Little Italy, and I've been to quite a few. I do want to try Puglia next time, but Danico's has always been my standby for like at least 12 years, 13 years, something like that. So,
Yeah.
we were, when I was there a few weeks ago, they have a sign outside that says Sopranos 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
So they still have it all up. They have it when you first walk in, and it's on the menu on the table. So I'm just thinking, well, yeah, they're just acknowledging, blah, blah, blah. As we're walking out, I look to my left and I see a sight I just couldn't believe I see. Now, if you're a Sopranos fan, you'll remember Tony had a racehorse named Pio Mai, and Paulie Walnuts had a picture that Tony had painted of himself with Pio Mai, transformed to turn Tony into Napoleon, holding Pio Mai.
Yeah.
Danico's has that painting, that
Yeah.
very painting
Yeah.
on the wall in the restaurant.
It
So
was
I didn't know if
crazy.
it was nuts, but what we found out afterwards is that they actually hosted the cast dinner of The Sopranos,
Yeah.
and Bobby Bacala and Christopher are regulars in there.
Yeah.
So that's how they got this painting in the restaurant. So I just thought that was very cool. Had to
That
throw
is
that out
very
there.
cool. It was. And it was delicious, I gotta say. I'm not a big Italian food eater because of I know the pasta will make me a little sick, but I kind of like chicken, but I had a really good salad, and I
Yes,
always when I eat Italian, I always have a cannoli. Always,
yes,
always. And they had the best, like that's the best cannoli, cuz here the Italian restaurants here, think of where we are. We're right?
yes,
So a cannoli is those frozen shells, right? They get them
yes,
out and they thaw them, and then they just pipe the cheese and the sugary mixture in, whatever that is.
yes.
I don't know what it is.
It's ricotta and powdered sugar
Ricotta.
and chocolate chips.
It's ricotta.
Ricotta. Yes, ricotta.
You
That's what it
and
is.
Lisa. You guys know all the real Italian words. It's ricotta for the rest of us, y'all.
Okay,
But
ricotta.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, they just pipe it in, and that's what you get. So the crusts are always very hard and not flaky
Yes,
and good. This was next level good, guys. It
the
was
bomb.
it was so delicious. I was like, if I was at home, I would eat this whole thing and just pay for it later because I loved that. That I wanted. Oh my
Yes, the
gosh.
cannolis were good, and I skipped dessert because my tongue was hanging for ice cream. And
Yeah,
you know that there's ice cream all over.
all
We
over.
did not pass by one ice
No.
cream when we left, and I was like, "Damn!" But I made up for it the next day, so I
Yeah.
had ice cream for dessert when we went out to dinner. So I was happy.
Yeah, you did. That was nice. Yeah. And I got to meet your friends and they were sweet and very
Yes,
nice. getting ready to fight Bill over the bill. That was crazy.
Oh,
Bill
I
has a
know.
tendency, and Lisa was the same way. She did not, she was like, oh, and when Lisa talks, it kind of does scare me a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
she was like, take that money. She didn't raise her voice or nothing. She was just like, take that money. And I was like,
Well, I was doing it to
okay.
Bill when we went for the cheesesteaks, and you had already warned me that this is how he is.
Yeah, that's how he is.
And I was kind of prepared. And after he was like getting indignant, I said, okay, I'm not going to push the issue anymore.
No, he
I
likes to
don't
vent.
want to offend him.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But he's just a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He really
He
is.
really is. Yeah.
Yeah,
We had
he's
a good time.
sweetie. Yeah, but yeah, Lisa was like,
Yeah. Lisa would have really like
and
did
I
a
felt like
throwdown.
Diane, is she Italian too?
Diana's Italian. Yeah,
Diana's
100%.
Italian?
More than me. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, well then Italians are intimidating as
Uh, we can be.
I
We can
don't
be
know
very,
how it
very
is.
intimidating.
They do
But
not play. She said too, she got a look on her face and was like, take the money.
oh, you will not. Oh, I know. I know.
I was like,
But
just take the money,
she
Bill.
loved you guys. She said
I
she had
loved
such a
her.
good time. She said, I was cracking up all night. She said,
So
Winnie
sweet.
is hilarious. I said, I told you.
I want that's what I wanted to do was entertain, but I felt like in Saks, I was just so overloaded and overwhelmed with all the
Yeah.
things because I've never been to a department store that had all of that. Like it was 9 floors of just glorious Chanel and
Luxury.
everything except for freaking Mew Mew.
Yeah, yeah. But
So
see, we were stupid. We should have looked it up first before we got there where the
yeah.
Mew Mew was, and I'm sure we could have hit it. We could have
Yeah,
hit it at some
plans.
point.
Yeah, we got to make different plans next time. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out. We'll figure it
for
out.
sure.
Yeah, you gave the money to me. I know because I was like, I'm not crossing you, Lisa. To yes, and I put it away, but I did give it to him in the taxi. But yeah, those taxi. Oh my God, yes, yeah. I was focused. I really was because I it was just sensory overload
Yeah.
and I didn't realize it, but my makeup makes me y'all know this because when I come in here I like cry tears. It's my makeup, but when I find a shade that does my face, I stay with it, okay? Even I go through the pain of it. But I was so like itchy. My nose had become flaky and gross. And Saya inside Saks. Here I was talking to Train Girl Megan in April, people I'd never met. And I had like a piece of skins. He
Oh,
brought me to the side. He was like, yeah. So, and I was like, oh my God, I'm mortified. But yeah. And then I didn't have any lotion or nothing. I
you
was
know,
like, oh
you know
shit.
what I thought of this morning? Actually, yesterday afternoon, and I could just kick myself. I should have
You
given
had
you
a
Friday.
sample.
I should have given you Friday night. I have an
Oh,
enzyme peeling mask.
oh
You could have put that on your nose. It's a 60-second thing. You powder and you mix it with water, and it would have taken it away. And I didn't think of it. And I said, damn,
yeah.
that was stupid.
It's like, I don't know if you can still see it, but yeah, it's dry and
A little bit, but maybe now
yeah.
if you're not feeling good, it's getting more irritated too.
Yeah, from blowing my nose and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was so mortified and I was like, thank you. Sai is a friend. He is a friend. But here I was sitting
Yeah.
talking to people.
Oh.
It looked like I had snot all or something. I was like, oh God, I'm
Oh.
mortified. But anyway, yeah, it was a good week. We had a good vacation, and now I'm focusing on my next vacation with my daughter coming up in a little bit. So, yeah,
That's going to be
I
great.
needed to put a little tiny Carmex tube of Vaseline. And the thing is, Bill, he's not addicted to chapstick anymore, but for the first 25 years we were married, he's always and now he doesn't carry chapstick, which is maybe the
Oh.
last couple of years. So I said, "Give me your chapstick," and he was like, "I don't have it." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh
So
no.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, Kanisha brought her red P9
Yes, she did.
beauty, and we got to all touch it. And then a lady in Hermes. I like it because I think Maria says it like that,
Yes.
and I like
Hermes.
that.
Yes.
I think that's
Hermes.
nice. But anyway, I saw a lady, a little gal. She was young. She was pregnant. She looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway, she had a 25. I said, "Is that a 25 Birkin?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I bought something that matched it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's can I look at it?" And she was like, "Yeah." I mean, I didn't hold her or anything, but
Yeah.
then I don't know why it came out of my mouth. I said, "Can I touch it?" And she was like, "Sure." I was like, "Thank
Yeah.
you." That's the closest I'll ever get to an actual. So now I have seen a Birkin in the wild many times.
Yeah.
Not for nothing.
Even no, it was Lula and I when we were there right after they opened, we saw someone with a Kelly doll. And not the charm, the bag.
The bag,
Yes.
girl.
That
Ugh.
was something. That was
Mm,
something. And then how about we saw the girl that
we
was
did.
wearing like the head to toe Hermes? That was a little overboard. I thought
Oh
that
my
almost
gosh,
looked like a costume.
she had Oran sandals, the damn jewelry, she had the scarf, she had the dress, she's
The
every
top,
everything.
yeah, the top, the
Yeah.
shorts, but she didn't have a Birkin, and I think she must have been going in there aiming to get a Birkin. That's my thought, and that's why she was dressed in Hermes head to toe. It just looked ridiculous.
I was like, you get your bag, girl. Get your bag. Oh yeah. Sai says I went on a 3 block Birkin journey. So we went to Canal Street because that was like something we had said we want to do. But
Yes,
we none of us really bought much of anything
no,
because they were terrible. The stuff on the street, guys,
it's
it's
awful.
awful. And even Saya, some lady came and got him and took him to not way back in the maze, but I think took him to a room.
A room.
Anyway, he ended up on the other side of the street. So I was like, "Whoa, what was this?" But
Yeah, I
anyhow,
don't know what that was, a tunnel or whatever.
I was like, "How did this happen?"
It was weird.
But he said it was shit. He said it wasn't even a good, So we did look at it. They were everywhere. You couldn't miss seeing them, and they walked all up to you saying like, "Hey, look at my." They would say stuff, Rolex,
Yeah,
sunglasses, purse, Louis Vuitton. And, they would have this sheet, laminated sheet. Point out what you want, and there you
yes.
go. But I did see a man take off his pants or something
Yeah, they were. I don't know if they were
a
pants
couple
or
times.
pajama pants. Yeah, he was in the middle of the street, right in
Middle
the
of the
middle of
friggin'
traffic.
street, like taking his pants down. I was
But
like,
Winnie, right down the street from where I work, I saw a guy take his pants. Well, I think they were down. I think he was trying to pick them up. He was pushing a shopping cart, and God only knows what was in it. But yeah, he was messing with some drawers, and I was like, oh God, this is
oh yeah,
no better than New York.
oh my gosh, that was crazy. But yeah, oh yeah, Saya also was next to Beyonce at Bergdorf's.
Yes, that was wild
I would have
hearing that.
fangirled. I was prepared to fangirl on Meredith. So can you imagine? If I had seen Beyonce, I would have passed the f out.
You never know who you're going to see in these stores.
Oh
That's the
my.
thing. You just don't know. Because that's
Well,
how I found Boy George that time. He was at
yeah.
Barney's.
In the airport, Bill swears because we've been watching Big Brother. I don't know if y'all been watching Big Brother, but
I missed it.
the guy, the bald headed guy, the older guy that just got kicked off a couple weeks ago, Kenny, he lives in Boston. So
Okay.
when we're walking through Philly, Bill didn't tell me till we got on the plane because I would have been like, Kenny. But he was like, Kenny, the guy from Big Brother was getting on a plane there in Philly, and I was like, no, he lives in
Really?
Boston. And Bill said, well, hell, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he jumped
No.
a flight from Philly to
To
Boston, maybe.
Boston, yeah, it's a quick trip, but people do fly
True.
there.
But yeah,
That's
oh my
crazy.
God. So funny. But Ed, oh, I love to see. Ed loved New York.
Oh, yeah. And so did
He
you,
loved
Winnie
it.
and Bill. I was so
Oh yeah, we
surprised.
did. We did.
Everybody
I just
loved it.
was shocked. I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'd never ever seen this many people in one spot, in one
And
town.
Jane was shocked too, I have to say.
Jane, yeah. Yeah.
She said that a lot of things weren't what she expected. And
No.
It's not a theme park. It's like when people go to Paris, it's like they see all these things in the movies and they think that it's going to be, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know,
not
like
like
a floor show, and it's not.
it's
It's
not. No.
nothing like
It's just
that.
people hustling and bustling to do what we're doing, yeah.
And not only did you see Times Square, but you saw the
Yeah.
ball, where they
Yeah, yeah,
jam
where they
each
drop
other
it.
in, like
Yeah,
where the ball drops.
right. Yeah, yeah. I took some
Ugh.
pictures of the Beetlejuice, like the theatrical release of
Yes.
the Beetlejuice posters. They were like humongous.
Uh huh.
Um, but Jane also, she was caught up in it too because they kept trying to put like the Hare Krishnas kept trying to put bracelets on us.
Yes, yes. Oh, and I shouted. He got so pissed at me because I turned to her and I said, James, no, no.
We were all
Because
going, no.
when they put that bracelet on, they want you to give them money.
Yeah,
So there is
I
no giving
figured.
it to you. They want like, and it's not even a little bit of money, like $1 or $2. They want like 20, 30, $40.
I'm not giving them shit.
I wasn't giving him shit either. I got caught in that in Philly once. And I was
Uh,
like, "Oh, thank you." And he's like, "You give me money. You give me." I said, "You gave it to me." I said, I'm not buying this."
no.
But Jane's so sweet. She really didn't know, what was
Yeah.
happening. You know, this
Times
stuff like
Square
that
is a
happens.
lot like Hollywood. Like, if you ever been to Hollywood, there's a lot.
No.
There's a lot of like people who want to take your picture with you and do things like the Naked Cowboy. I've
Yeah.
actually seen him in LA, so that wasn't a surprise to me. I just
Yeah.
thought it was funny that he gets around.
But what you didn't
Um,
see was Mrs. Naked Cowboy.
hmm, no.
She wasn't there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Oh, she's a sight.
Yeah, yeah. So Times Square was the very touristy, like cool. It was like where everybody must go in el centro y ciudad, in the center of the city. Like
Yep.
that must be the hub. But we got to Saks pretty quick. We passed by Macy's. We didn't go into Macy's, but
No.
we went to Saks. And what we should have done. Now we know because Canal is bull.
Right.
We're never going to do that again. We're never going to even look at that again. So next time when we get done, we'll just hop a taxi, go to our next thing, and that'll free up time for us to go somewhere else, and that'll be fine. Because I
Yeah.
really thought the taxis were going to be like Vegas and LA, really expensive. They weren't at all.
No, because so many people take taxis and there's a lot of competition. So
Yeah,
they make it so that it's reasonable.
yeah,
And on the weekends, too, they know there's going to be a lot of people. So, they try to be as
yeah,
efficient as possible to take more customers. But
yeah.
next
Vegas
time we
is
could
like that
go,
too, right? Yeah,
yes.
Vegas is like that. Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
But next
Yeah,
time it's good to go downtown and go around Soho, which I love.
yeah.
There's a real there, and there's like every boutique that's on Fifth Avenue, but it's way cooler.
Yeah, and the funny thing about Bill was very amazed that you and Lisa were like, we were like, how are we going to get a cab? How are we going to get a cab? And you and Lisa went like this, hey, give me a cab. And we
That's
went,
right.
oh shit, okay, okay,
Yep,
gotcha,
yep.
gotcha.
Lisa was my concierge through this trip
Yeah,
because
she totally was. She
she
was,
she really
yeah,
had my back. She helped.
yeah. You were the queen of the taxi. She was like, all right, you take that one, I'll get the next one, and then you guys get in that one. We were like,
Yep,
all right,
yep.
oh, we
We
got
made
you.
sure
Okay.
we got
I
you.
wanted us to get in the taxi cab, the taxi cab Cella. I wanted to get into the Ben, whatever his name. I wanted to get in there
Oh
with the
yeah.
thousand dollars.
Oh, I'm dying to do that one day. I said, "Oh man, I'd have so much fun." I
God.
I I will play.
Oh man, I would play. I would definitely. Would you go for the end? If you got to your destination, would you double down? I wouldn't. I
No,
would take my
probably not. I
cash.
take the money.
Be like, I'm going to go spend
That's
this
right.
money, bitch.
Mew Mew, take me away.
Take me away. But Veronica said I'm from LA, and a lot of people say LA is crazy and wild. Nope, I've been in New York, and New York is crazy and wild, but in a good way. Yeah, yeah. LA is fun, like theme character, like Spider Man, the Hulk. All this.
Yes,
Because I swear to God, in LA, we were going to take one of those bus tours, right? Because we really wanted to see all of LA.
yes,
And this guy comes up to us. He goes, "Hey, you want a tour?" And we go, "Yeah." We thought he's going to take us to a bus, like he was. Hell no. he takes us to a Chevette, and we're like, "Oh snap,
Oh
what's
no.
going on?"
Oh
But we did
no.
it. We did it. He was really nice. He took us everywhere. He took
Oh,
us
that was
everywhere
good.
for $50. Yeah, it turned
For
out good.
$50. Damn, that was a good
Yeah.
deal.
And then one day we were standing out there on Hollywood and Vine, and I'd be damned if they do showrunner, like showrunners go up and down and try to fill streets when there's no,
Yes.
for like, you have to go to, oh, you know where Carson was. What's the city?
Oh,
What is it called, Veronica?
Studio City, Burbank.
No, Burbank. Yeah, Burbank. So the Tonight Show needed seat fillers, and me and my friend were walking, and
Oh,
he goes, "Hey, you want to see the Tonight Show taping? It's free. It's right now. You just got to get a taxi and get over there." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So we went over and watched Jay Leno do the Tonight Show back in the day.
great.
That was fun. Yeah.
Oh,
So
definitely.
yeah, for real. We were going to get on the subway, but I don't know. I'm intimidated by a subway. Even the LA subway, I was like, no. But we went and saw the tar pits. We saw everything, man. We saw everything in LA.
I was really too afraid to get everybody on the subway in Manhattan,
Yeah.
mostly because if, first of all, some subways, some stations, you got to go down a couple of layers. Okay, so it's a good bit of steps. And going through the turnstile, sometimes if you don't put your ticket in right, you can get stuck behind it, which happened to me and my friend one time, and it was just an absolute mess. But for as many people as we had to try to corral ourselves to go through the subway, it we would have lost people. And some of you guys, good night, Lisa.
Bye,
Some
babes.
some of you guys would have been just stuck and lost, and it would have been like Home Alone, only
Yeah.
way less entertaining.
Oh my God. I so wanted to do that on the plane every single time, is when it got up in the air. I wanted to be like, Kevin! But
Yeah.
Bill's always like, don't you dare friggin' do it. Don't do it. But I always want to do that, like, Kevin! Mm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, one of these days, maybe. Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, we had a good time, and I met the coolest people coming home on the planes. The sweetest lady. She was from
Oh,
Mississippi, and she was going to see her sister-in-law. And then Bill sat down with people because it was packed. And Bill sat down with these two people, as a man and woman, and they said, "Where you been?" He said, "Oh, we went to Philly and New York." And they said, "Oh yeah, we've been many times. You like it?" "Yeah, yeah, yeah." "What were you guys doing up there? What was for business, for fun?" He said, "My old lady's a YouTuber." And she went, "What?" And he said, "Yeah." And she was like,
oh, that's funny.
For what?" And he said, "Luxury bags. You see that thing sitting in front of her?" And she just laughed. She thought that was funny as hell. Yeah.
Oh, that's too much.
He's my biggest cheerleader, though. He'll tell everybody.
He
He
is.
will.
Yeah, he is. He's proud of you. And he
Yeah,
should
he's
be
sweet.
proud of you. You do a good job, Winnie. I mean, what's there not to be proud of?
Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks.
It's true.
Oh, thanks. LA subway sucks. Yeah, we didn't take it. We took that guy around, and we took taxis. So yeah. But LA is so drawn out, like so few and far. Like I lived in LA when
Yeah.
I was a little kid, and my all my family's from LA, and then so my dad grew up in LA, so LA is kind of a soft spot for me anyway. It's where my people are,
It's in your blood.
Yeah, it's in my blood. LA's in my blood. But yeah. But then, yeah, I am. Yes, I am proud. I'm proud of my husband too. So yeah,
Yeah.
we had a group of 90 getting to. Oh God, yeah. I would say we had
Oh,
about 12 or 15, and that was like, hey, where's so and so? Oh wait, where did they go? Oh shit, where did they go?
yeah,
So it
that
was
would
nuts. It was
no.
nuts.
Mm-mm.
But
I mean,
Veronica said,
everybody was following me like ducklings, and it would
yeah,
not have worked out that well in the
mm-mm.
subway. No.
Tanisha, hey,
Hey, Kanisha.
girl, I got sick. I got sick in New York. Yes, me and Bill are sick. Yeah.
Kanisha, you saved my girl. That was excellent.
Oh my God, you did. Thank you, Kanisha. I told the story. I'm so embarrassed that I was such a baby, but God, you got me through, girl. You got me through. Oh, if it hadn't been for Ed Kanisha, I would be, well, I don't even know, man. It was crazy. Like that was nuts. But yeah.
So
Yeah, she
Veronica,
felt bad
no.
for me, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die. I was just being dramatic.
Oh,
It was
Veronica,
terrible.
no, we did not vlog. And I
We
mean,
didn't.
no. And I had Winnie come on my video for a second because I really need to put something up on Saturday. And guys, like, I've had company for almost a month and I've been really, really behind. So I wanted to get something up for Saturday because it was like a week since I put something up before. So I told her to jump in because she gave me that bag. But I mean, I'm not thinking about filming videos and vlogging and doing all that. You know, I got company. We're having fun. We're doing things.
I felt
So,
like I couldn't smell this morning too, guys. I made Bill go get us a COVID test, but
oh
now I
no.
put this on me. I could smell it, so
Oh,
I'm
good,
okay.
good,
I'm good. So I
good.
don't have COVID. Yes. Jolie, the
Awesome.
two condos near city center that is curved are shaped into the legs of Marilyn Monroe. Watching that?
Wow.
What? Living, oh my God. Saya got, how long has Saya been
Oh,
traveling? He left Sunday.
Saya. Like 48 hours.
Yeah, and got home today.
Yep.
Can you guys imagine? Like, what did they
I,
refund you, Saya?
yeah, did they do anything? Because I offered Saya to come back here. I said, if you want to come here, you're welcome to. But I knew I had to go to work today, guys, because
Yeah.
I mean, I had to. I've been taking so much vacation time. I couldn't take another day, but I would have been happy to have Saya boarded up at my house. You know, at least he would have had some place that was safe and sound and access to food and a bathroom.
I mean, what the heck though? I'm hoping that they refunded you for the whole. I really do.
Yeah, or gave you
Because
a good
they kept
voucher.
coming on the thing and giving people a, oh my God. They kept coming on the thing and saying, "Hey, our flight is overbooked." And then one flight had a flat tire, so they had to shove a bunch of people on another one, which was ours, going to the same
Oh,
spot. And they were like, "Excuse me, guys, I've been drinking orange juice." But anyway, I didn't mean to belch on you. But so they had people saying that first in Philly, they were like, "All right, guys, we'll give two people $600," and then nobody did it. And then they go, "Okay, guys, if you're willing to wait, you got the time. We'll give somebody $800. $800." Well, at our house, they were giving people $1,000 gift card.
wow, they were doing it again in Philly. I thought this was before you left. Damn.
No,
Oh,
they were,
Philly is cheap.
but I wasn't gonna get off. I was like, "Hell no,
No,
I gotta get home."
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
You had Maryland and
yeah.
Carter and things to do.
But yeah. I will never, whatever airline you were on, man, I
That was
can't.
terrible.
That is not United. Yeah, they are the asshole of
Oh,
airports. All right. Airplanes. I'm just saying. They're all pretty bad, but United, oh my gosh. I've never been treated so horribly than on a
oh,
United
that's
flight.
awful.
Was it
Oh,
United where they pulled that poor guy off and beat him to death for his seat? He kept saying, "No, I'm not getting off."
I think it
Remember
was.
that? Was it
I think
United?
it was. Yeah, I think it was.
They scare me, man. I'm not effing with
Oh,
United. I'm a Delta gal. I'm trying to, in the South here, we gonna go on Delta. But yeah.
I
Oh my
agree. It
gosh.
should be illegal to overbook those flights because they do it on international flights too. So
Oh
imagine you're not even in your country and you got to worry about whether you're going to get on the plane or not, if there's going to be a seat for you. Like,
no.
why?
I'm not
How?
dealing with that.
Mm-mm.
No. Uh-uh. I'm
Nope.
too old for that. I can't sleep on a pull out or on a floor or nothing. I cannot do it. Guys, I think I'm gonna jump off here because I'm getting a little tickly in the throat. But
Yeah.
yeah, everything was good. Dawn put us up. Thank you. Happy birthday to Dawn. We
You're
had a great
welcome.
time. Yeah, we will do it again someday. And Saya, I'm just glad you got home, man. I can't
Winnie,
even.
were your accommodations satisfactory?
Yes, yes.
I
Good to
hope you give me
go.
a 4-star rating.
Yeah, 4-star rating at Shay Dawn. At Shay Dawn. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kanisha. Everybody that's in here, subscribe to Kanisha, Saya, Jolie, Dawn, all the people. Who did I miss? Jackie. Everybody that's got a channel, of course, everybody's already subscribed to Auto Pet
Ed,
Show. Ed, yes, of course,
Yes,
Ed.
of course.
Everybody's got a channel. Please subscribe, and I hope that I can do. I'm going to do a weight loss Wednesday tomorrow. We're going to probably do collab Hermes on Saturday.
Yep.
So wish me luck on my dancing thing. That's coming up this weekend.
So
Yeah. I
exciting.
hope I don't get worse. I get better. If I get better, then it's all good.
I hope.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
We'll
you all
see
for
you
the
later.
birthday wishes. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you, Winnie.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
guys.